We're up to episode 5, everyone, of The Average Aussies. Welcome back. Joined in the den, as always, by the boys, Fig, Beef. How are we, fellas?
Great, mate. Very
Great.
good this week compared to last week.
That's it.
Me too.
Yes, and Jake, you'd be much better than last week.
9 is fine, mate.
Well, yeah, so we're up to episode 5. Quite a bit of a crazy week in the Premier League. A few big scores in there. As always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, please. It helps us out heaps. Our socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those, and Fantasy League. We got, I think we had one more person.
Ryan, I think.
I don't know.
Do you want me to check?
I don't want to do them any injustice and not know their name.
Let's have a quick look.
I think
Because they deserve a shout out.
Yeah, let's have a look.
From memory,
Down the
Ryan
bottom.
Rose.
Ryan Rose.
Ryan Rose, welcome
Ryan.
to the Average Aussies,
Welcome,
mate.
Ryan.
Hope you do well.
Sorry, Ryan, but you're currently in 14th.
He started late, but he's not on
He
the...
did.
Yeah,
Even
I believe in you, Ryan.
I like
63 is a good score,
We
mate.
can still have fun in here, Ryan. Doesn't matter where you come, mate.
That's it. It's not about where you come on the table, right?
No. All right, boys. Before we get into this week's results, I've got a little segment
Oh, yeah?
that I cooked up on the weekend. Nudo just helped me named it. What was it again? Groz's Grudge of the Week. Now, I'm a bit pissed, all right?
What are you pissed about, mate?
I'm a bit pissed, and you can all relate. I think every Australian out there will be able to relate to being pissed with Optus Sport.
Oh, 100%.
Optus Sport. I couldn't watch any games on my TV this weekend.
Give it back to Foxtel, eh, boys?
Oh, give it to someone that's competent. Like, I mean, I'm now paying extra because I got Optus as a phone plan, but like I'm paying extra already for La Liga, which I don't even care about. Then they can't even play the game. Like, the app just completely didn't work.
Yeah, the same thing happened for me in the Palace game.
Yeah.
It just gave up on me, and I thought it was my internet,
No,
but everything else
yeah.
worked bar Optus Sports.
No.
And charging more this season as well.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what I
not good
mean.
enough.
So you're charging this premium for, you can't even get 4K. Like some of the streaming in it is terrible. And like on the weekend, so all my games on the Saturday night kept telling me it was starting in 9 minutes, and I couldn't play any of them off
Yeah.
my TV app. Tried to play them off my phone, cast them to the TV, then my phone would come up with playback error.
The ads as well, man.
The ads
it's
are
the same
a
ads
disgrace.
over and over again.
Exactly
Constant
right.
Hungry Jacks.
Or Optus Sports
And
like
just-
that.
and not letting us skip them.
Gym
Like,
ads
you,
and
you
shit.
pay a premium. I don't want ads.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to pay
You pay
ads for Netflix. I
$25
don't
a
have to-
month,
Yeah.
and they want to hit you up with stupid amount of ads. Oh, I think we were talking about this $25 a month from the majority of their subscribers. The amount of advertising money that they'd get, they'd be making an absolute killing, and they can't get playback right.
No.
Maybe they should just focus on the telco side of things because that's pretty fucking piss poor too.
So that's my grudge of the week, Optus Sport. I'm pissed with you because you just ruined my weekend.
Yeah, dogs.
Do better.
Do better. Otherwise, we're getting Ethan to write an email again, like we did with the FA last week. All right. The round that was. What round are we up to? Round 4?
Round 4, yep.
Yep.
Round
Full
4. We'll
play.
go to Ethan. Your game was this morning. We're recording this on Monday night. So Ethan's game was this morning up. What was it? It was
2-0. Kane brace.
Nottingham
So-
Forest 0, Tottenham 2. We'll
That's
just
right.
Yeah.
let them know that
They're
you're
the
away
scores
from
for
home.
Pascal.
We got scores for Pascal.
So pleasing. Once again, we're still in second gear. We haven't played at all like we were last year, but we've only dropped 2 points. So I think going away to Forest, expected to win, but it was our best performance since that 4-1 flogging in round 1. So still, we're not playing as a full on-fire team from keeper through to Kane, but that's okay because we're not losing. So
Yeah.
it's sounds strange, but it's pleasing when you play poorly and you win. Because that I heard this morning that's the best league start for Tottenham Hotspur in 13 years. The Conte effect is actually starting to be felt now.
It's real.
It's real, baby. And we haven't hit third gear yet. So once Kane, Son and Kulu fire, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to versus Arsenal on the October long weekend. I think we've got another big team before them, though. But yeah, back to this morning's game. Kane brace could have been a hat-trick, but old
Yeah.
mate saved a penalty.
That's right. You were talking up his penalty.
Mate, he'd scored
accuracy.
21 in a row in the Premier League.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's got to come to an end
Oh,
at
now
some
he
point.
scored none in a row.
So
It was a great save, to be fair.
the commentator said, here comes Kane. he scored 21 in a row in the league. I'm like, you didn't.
You
did not.
expect him to
Commentators
bury it.
curse.
You just done me.
Dean Henderson was the keeper for Forest, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a really
He's
good
already
keeper.
saved the
On
pen.
loan from United.
I think he saved. That's his second pen.
Yeah.
he saved
Yeah,
this
right.
season. Yeah,
2 saves in 4 rounds. That's
bit
a
of a
pretty good
shot. Start.
start.
He actually
Wow.
didn't have a pretty good game.
He could
made
be
another
a
good save.
if he does well for Forest, he could be a sneaky little shout in for England too.
Well, yeah.
Any Forest fans out there, you're
Stuff
getting
picked
better.
Yeah.
I was pleased with how they played, but they just don't have a striker. I think
They got nothing in attack, do they?
No, they impressed in terms of how hard they tried, their possession, their
Just
tactics were
nothing
good.
in the final third.
No. So, yeah, things will get better for Forest fans if you're out there. But,
I think the thing too, they've signed something like 18 new first team players, so that does take
Yeah,
time.
that's right. Yeah,
you
we
know.
spoke about that they've
Yeah.
got like
Massive
a lot
transfer.
of
Yeah.
gelling to do in that team.
Nico Williams is doing well though. Chopped down Richarlison.
yeah,
You want to juggle on this pitch, mate? Here you go.
if anyone didn't see that, watch the highlights. Richarlison came on late and
Nice assist.
did a
for Kane.
juggle. He did a juggle because that's what he does. He pisses people off.
He's
I don't-
Brazilian.
He is. He's
Yeah.
just annoying, isn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
He's-
Typical Brazilian.
So you don't mind it when he's on your own team because
Nah.
Yeah.
they were starting to get a little bit of traction back in the game. He
Yeah.
came on, did that. They chopped him.
And at 1-0, you still got a chance, don't you?
Yeah. Sun Heung-min got taken off for the first time in a long time. So
Not Sonny.
I know. So
Sonny boy.
He hasn't scored yet this season. In previous seasons, you wouldn't take Son or Kane off. They'd never went off. But to take him off and bring on someone that gets an assist in the first 10 minutes, that's what I
And
like
it was
to
pretty
see.
worldy of an assist, like hit it with the outside of your boot. Like that's why I think no one was expecting it because he just
No.
like everyone's probably looking at him like, is this guy about to shoot? Like, what's he doing? And he
Yeah.
just bend like, and it had proper bend on it too.
Yeah.
So it didn't have a long distance to travel to get it to bend like that extreme, which
No,
I found was
no.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when he starts. We've got Champions League in a couple of weeks. I reckon maybe he might start that. So
And the other thing I've like noticed when Kane's shot, like he scuffed that shot pretty bad, eh? I don't really know what Henderson was doing there. That was one of the ones
No,
like he
it still
kinda,
baffles me, eh? I watched it a few times.
It didn't
and
take a deflection off anyone, so it was like
it's just poor positioning, I
yeah,
suppose.
like
Didn't expect it.
You know when keepers don't move because it comes from behind a player and they're like, or it hits a player and they're like, that's not the way I thought it was going. He like it just kind of like bounced past him and he watched it. I was like,
Maybe you thought it was going to go wide.
He
Yeah,
could have been
maybe,
off balance
yeah.
or anything.
It could
Maybe
have been.
maybe the
I
shape
feel
that
like
Kane
maybe-
was going to shoot, he thought it was going to do a certain thing. And
Yeah,
then
Because
maybe
he hit it
Yeah.
straight into the ground. Like it was,
Yeah.
it was not a
It
normal
might have.
Kane shot.
But-
you go on
Yeah.
this way and it goes that way. You do look
well,
like
that was one of the
Yeah.
ones.
You
You
just
kind of
like,
like
oh.
looked at it like, oh, that wasn't supposed to go there, but
Yeah.
it kind of always was. But I think you might be onto something there. He might have thought it was just going wide because
Yeah.
you see him scuff that shot and you're like, oh, that can't be going.
Yeah.
And then
on
it just
target.
went
And then
in.
it just
I'm like,
rolled
what
on.
the?
Yeah.
We've played with some keepers over the years that have been like that.
Oh, yeah.
Does your head in?
Oh, yeah.
lastly, Højbjerg and Bentancur dominated the midfield away from home. They always do, but when they can turn and play forward to the front three, I love that. And when you're playing a lower table team like that, they get tired. It was so good to watch. The last 40 minutes, I was just in dreamland. So looking forward to next week.
The other one thing that I was going to say is like with your defence, like obviously you got the clean sheet, which is good, but they had a fair few chances, not Forest, I noticed in the highlights. So that's something you probably need to tighten up before you go up against those big sides because you get your cities and whatnot, and they'll just bang those
they'll
chances
take
in.
them.
Like
Yeah.
Gibbs White should have scored. He had a sitter, like bent it over the top of the post.
That
and
false
stuff.
sense of security, eh?
They seem to be okay with that in terms of letting the ball run out. They don't press out and make that silly challenge on the sideline where they cut in and go down a player. I think they're okay with letting the ball fly in like that. We are missing Romero. Sanchez was decent, but he was not as solid as Romero. So
Yeah.
I know what you mean around it
Yes.
looked like there was a few chances, but I don't think they mind,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, right. Well, good result. You're keeping up with this. Well done. Not quite keeping up with this, but you're there.
Not perfect,
we've-
mate.
I can
We-
smell the stench.
We played a
but-
top 6 team, you haven't.
Wafting, eh?
Yeah, all right. We'll go to you, boys. The cricket scorers over here. Almost hit the century of 10.
What
Couldn't quite
a
get
relief
there.
to finally start talking about a Liverpool win.
Yeah, well-
Did not think it would take 4 rounds to get there.
And
But,
it happened in the rate of knots, didn't it?
Oh, it certainly
It
did.
did. I think we got the early goal and it just set us up. I mean,
And then a second early goal, and then a third.
Bournemouth aren't. Oh, I feel sorry for him. Like Scott Parker on the sideline just looked borderline
Oh.
confused the whole time. Like, to be honest.
He was like, "Fuck, what am I going to say in the press conference?"
Various players look confused. As I said last week, they're
yeah.
like the kid that fell out of the tree. They're just not in it.
Yeah,
And they're not competing for
100%.
second, third balls, and like,
Nah.
I know you don't have the quality, but you can still install the fact that you can chase everything down.
Yeah, but I think we were just like,
You guys are-
that was
you-
the
that's the-
complete polar opposite to the United
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah.
Like, and when we're on like that,
But we would have smoked United if we come out like that, which is
you
such
would-
a shame,
probably
you know.
any
you know,
team,
I
yeah.
almost feel like that, like just like that Brentford result for United made them go, like it really like just made them go, fuck, we have to be better.
Yep.
I feel like the United result for us did the same thing.
Yep.
I feel like that happened and like, I don't know what was said in the week, but it certainly worked.
What about some nasty German,
looked
I
like,
imagine?
Yeah, well,
Firmino looked like the Firmino of 3 years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And that was what I was like, thought about. Like, is it the fact that you went back to that style with Firmino playing in that like false nine? Because you,
Well-
so
Not
you
trying to
had
play as midfield.
You had Salah and you had Diaz running in behind him and playing like that classic Liverpool style.
That's
Yeah.
what I've read something in the week and I've listened to a few things where they were saying, you know, like good managers, they change things up in their team so things don't go
Yeah, of
stale.
course.
Yeah.
And apparently a lot of tactical analysis was saying, well, like Liverpool are playing a different way and Salah and Diaz a lot wider.
Yep.
And I think that's what we did against United. Why, I don't know, but it left Firmino absolutely stranded.
Stranded.
And the midfield of Milner, Henderson and Elliott like just didn't get there to support him. And
Yeah,
that's why he looked absolutely hopeless because he
Yep.
had no one near him. Whereas this week...
he was dropping them pockets. You could see him.
Yeah,
come
well,
down.
I mean, for a start, Fabinho started in
yeah, that, which
City.
is another
huge
big
And
for
that
us.
allowed Henderson and Elliott to break a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think that we went back to that old thing of letting Robertson and Trent be the width.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, you know, Salah playing in between like the fullback and the centre half.
Yeah.
And same with Diaz, which is where Salah's had so much success.
Yeah.
So, and then inevitably
Except-
that brings them closer to Firmino.
Yeah.
So,
Except Mo didn't have any success.
Well, he didn't have any success in front of goal. He probably should have got 2, I think.
yeah.
It's
he
crazy
should
to
have.
think though, 9 goals and Mo didn't score any.
Yeah, well,
like who would have predicted that?
Or assisted, I don't think.
no, he did
Campo,
nothing.
my mate Campo rang me on Sunday and said that. He said, would love to know what the odds would be, like paying on Sportsbet for a 9-0 Liverpool win with
And
no
no-
Salah goals.
Oh.
30-1, surely. That's what the odds we come up with anyway.
Way more.
Like, yeah, but
Yeah.
to be
Four
fair,
figures,
he
four
was
figures.
he was doing what like Saka was doing. and
Exactly.
stuff like he's dragging
Exactly.
Haaland. You
It's a
know,
team-
he's
it's a
dragging
team
players,
game.
You know,
He's still got his role, but just
he's just going to have players that like close him down now.
Yeah,
as soon as
and
he
don't
gets the
forget
ball.
too, like we all talk about like the first assist, but there's secondary assists too. And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
can
he
almost
was
be more
assisting the
important.
assister,
Yeah,
yeah.
that can almost be more important than the. Like if you just square something across and someone taps it in, well, who hit the ball to open up that space in the
Yeah.
first place?
And where was he?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
making that
So,
space too.
yeah.
Some cracker goals. Trent, you want to get your notebook out? We'll start going through your list of why you hate Trent.
Well, you know, he's just come out and Harvey Elliott scored a banger and then he's just one-upped him.
He
Like,
did
that's
one
not
up
very
him.
nice, is it?
He did one up him. Harvey Elliott's was pretty good. Pretty emotional celebration from Harvey
Yeah,
Elliott
apparently
too.
his
grandma died.
yeah,
or
his
something.
nan died, so he
I
was,
love
yeah.
them goals. Like
Yeah, you
that
could see how much it meant.
means
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Trent one,
Give
it
me
was
the goosies
it
now
was
just thinking about
classic. Like I love seeing that. Like you hear the crowd just go, shoot.
Yeah.
And they just gone, oh, okay. Bam.
Well, Klopp did say that he doesn't like when the crowd screams shoot when he's 30 yards out. He's like, I'm not.
I've got to get to 25.
He goes,
come on.
I'm not a big fan of like that. He's like, but you know, he did it and he got the
Yeah,
goal.
because
and it was
inevitably it'll
amazing.
be like Milner or Henderson.
And as you said, Bournemouth struggled in that game, and I think you and me were speaking about it. Scott Parker in his post-match, like
It's just broken.
It's not that he's broken. It was like he was asking for something from the board. He pretty much said that if
Give
we
me a better team.
he said,
Well, he did. Yeah,
He literally
100%.
said we have to expect this. If this, he kept saying we need to make a decision. We need to make a
Yeah,
decision.
I think what he was saying was we need to decide, do we want to stay in this league or are we
Right.
happy to just
Be up here
get
and
relegated?
go down again.
Because
Be that
that's
typical
that's
yo-yo
the-
club.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reality of it. I
But-
mean, you and I were speaking about this. Their league table isn't 1 to 7.
Nah, yeah.
It's 8 to
8 to
20.
20,
They
yeah.
need to do well in that table. They need to finish like mid-table in that table.
Yeah, exactly right.
And they haven't had a great... I mean, let's not forget opening day. They beat Villa 2-0.
And then
Yeah,
they've
they
come
got
up
the- they
against
got that
Arsenal,
win.
City, and Liverpool.
Exactly.
Like,
So
what a
it's not
start.
completely gone
yeah,
for
it's a
them.
terrible
Yeah,
start.
but it's
Like,
very
FA with
hard.
dodgy scheduling yet again.
Southampton,
Dodgy schedule.
Southampton tweeted him
fucking
and
monies.
said, do you want to talk about it?
Because they've had it happen to them twice, haven't they?
Yeah. So look, they can come back from it, but I think the best thing that Bournemouth can do would be forget about that game.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not the game that's
that's
going
what
to
he said,
change
yeah.
or make their season.
Be grateful it wasn't 10.
Yeah.
You know, like they're equal with the record.
I was hoping for 10. I was
Well,
really
we all were, weren't we?
81
Except for maybe
minutes or
you.
Just doesn't seem to happen, does
No, it
it?
doesn't.
Like 4 times now, 9s. And we had like the rate that we were scoring, we
Yeah.
went 9-0 in about the 81st, I think.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, we'll get 10 here.
We
And
only
then it
had
just
12
didn't
shots
happen.
on goal.
Oh.
That's
What a
crazy.
Maybe there's
Yeah.
some hoodoo. We've got Arsenal coming up, but so we might be able to get 10.
That's such a ridiculous. The
Hey.
dribble that comes out of this human on a daily. He starts my day with dribble. It's all I get from.
So you guys only see him like 45 to an hour
Oh,
every
yeah.
week.
You should hear the stuff that doesn't come out of my head.
Arsenal have been involved in a 10.
An 8-2.
Yeah.
Who beat them 8-2?
You want to talk
United.
about that? Or?
No one cares who beat them
Pathetic.
8-2.
And Bayern.
I didn't want to bring up the Bayern one. One was enough.
What have I done? What have I done?
You're sitting pretty on top of the ladder, mate.
Mate,
That's
yeah, we're gonna
what you
pay-
get.
If
Tell you
anyone
down the
noticed,
peg,
there's
mate.
a bit of a gap between the big fellas this week. There's a bit of hostile tension going on here. I was doing a bit of winding up during the weekend in the group chat.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, so yeah, good result.
Thanks, brother.
But moving on.
Well, can I talk about my game, or you want to go?
No, you can talk about your game, mate.
Yeah. You
I'll just,
sure?
I just got to take a quick break. So. Nah. Chat it out, mate. How'd they go?
Who am I talking to here? I'll just talk to the camera because no one else is listening to me.
I can.
I was
mate.
appreciative of Odegaard because
No.
he's still in my fantasy team.
Yeah, look, a good. That's probably my favourite performance out of the last 4 games because
Yeah, wow.
we actually had to grind for that game. Like
Yeah.
Fulham are a well set up side.
They definitely
Who
are.
would have thought, though, eh?
I know, and like their manager's got them playing well, and they know like when to press. Like they know it's like they can they choose when to press. Well, this is what I felt when I was playing them. Like because sometimes I was sitting off, and then the first like 20 minutes they kind of just weren't trying to press it all, and we were just playing through them. We probably could have scored 2 goals in the first like 20 minutes. It was like 80% possession for us. We did just win the ball back, go again, win the ball back, go again. And then they kind of changed their tactics around. I'm not sure if they changed up in the midfield or something like that, but they started like pressing, and they just knew like when to press, and their first goal came from that.
The press.
Mitrovic just being Mitrovic. Gabby got caught on the ball, like, and he has a tendency to do this. To be fair to him, what happened was Tierney had dropped inside into the left midfield position. So when he received the ball, he went to play out. Tierney's already in front of him, marked by a man. The
Yeah.
out is
Yeah.
naturally
gone.
to his
Yeah.
left. It's
Yeah.
gone. So he's tried to turn, and Mitrovic just come over the top of him behind him and slotted it. To be fair,
Yeah.
it was a pretty good finish by him. Odegaard got the goal. Yes, I know you said it's a deflected goal, Beef, but he deserved that goal. We deserved that goal. There was
Yeah.
no way we didn't deserve that goal. We dominated the game. And I'm glad that he took the shot. There was a couple of times in that game where, I say it every week, he chooses to pass. Like
He's
sometimes,
certainly getting better at that, taking the initiative. isn't he?
yeah, like there was a couple of times in the first half where it was just like, what, like, I don't know. You just remember old Arsene Wenger, like, pass the ball into the back
Oh,
of that
yeah,
style. And it's like
yeah.
sometimes we're doing that. We're just
That Jack
ticky-tacky.
Wilshere goal,
and
eh?
we
Just
go all the
playing
way.
one too
It's just
many.
that one too many
Yeah.
pass. Someone should have taken the shot when they
Yeah.
don't. And Odegaard, he said in his post-match, he was like, I'm guilty of not shooting enough. He goes, just glad I took the shot on, got the deflection, went in. So I thought that was a quite deserved goal. And then Gabby redeemed himself with the last goal. There was a bit of a controversy around it because they were claiming handball, but to be honest, one, it was terrible by Leno.
Yeah.
Not great goalkeeping by him.
Yeah.
Come out, completely missed the ball. And kind of as he jumped, he jumped underneath Saliba's arm, so it lifted his arm up, but I don't actually think it made contact with his arm. I think it come off like the shoulder or his head or something like that. Dropped, Gabby put it in, so it was really
It looked
happy.
like a goal.
I was really happy
Yeah.
to see that for him because and he said like it was cool in the post-match, like they had him and Odegaard, and he said, I made that mistake. The crowd got behind him. All his teammates, they said, like, come on, let's go again. Like, just get up and do it.
Yeah,
and,
well, that's what you want, isn't it? Because, like, they're only human.
Yeah.
Mistakes do happen.
So, no, it was a great game. And Ramsdale, I've had a bit to say about Ramsdale the last few weeks, like with his decision-making and whatnot, but he made some cracking saves to keep us in that game. I think when we went 1-1, he made a cracking save to stop. I forget who it was. And I think he made another save, and then Ben White cleared it off like mad, like diving block. Ben White ran his absolute socks off.
Is he still playing
Still in right back.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not his natural position, but apparently Arteta reckons he really enjoys playing there. Like,
Maybe
I
the
think
freedom
he's-
to break a bit more.
yeah,
think
well,
he's playing
because
better.
when he got the ball at centre back last year, like he'd like to like roam up through the field and make a pass. So I think it's good for him. But yeah, the bloke run his bloody socks off, which was good to see because we had to make two changes. Zinchenko and Partey got injured on Friday. I think they're just knocks. I know Zinchenko's is just a knock.
It's lucky you got Tierney.
Yeah, and that's
through.
Yeah,
great
that's
depth.
true.
We got great depth in our fullbacks, that's for sure. Partey, I've also had a bit to say about Partey, but we definitely missed him. Mo did a Mo job. You know what I mean? Like, it was good. It was
7
probably,
out of 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't even give it 7. It was a bit sloppy, to be honest. But you're going to get that when you don't play.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think that's the best performance to show that we can grind out. As you said, Beef, we didn't play bad, but like Fulham were on top of us at stages.
Yeah, you need to
We
be
were
able
on
to win
top there.
those because
And
we
to
all know
come-
the feeling when you don't win those.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you
And I think
concede in 90th and you're like, fuck.
yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
I was thinking too when we hit that, when I was dancing down the hallway, my missus actually laughed at me because I did the exact same celebrations as Arteta, like down the hallway, but he was down the touchline.
It's not as good as the two-handed power wank from Klopp, though.
But yeah, I was thinking it's been so long since I feel like I've celebrated like a late 90th minute winner. It's always like either an equaliser or the other team scoring the 90th minute winner. So
There's nothing better. Like,
Nah.
truly.
Well, the anxiety leading up to it sucks.
Yes.
yeah, but the actual
that makes
goal,
up
That's
for it,
what makes
doesn't
it so good.
But-
When you just get that. Oh,
the crowd,
Premier League football.
Premier League football. The crowd were fully into it. I loved it. It was so good. So
you're a
Yeah.
happy man.
yeah, I'm very stoked. 4 from 4. I think it's our best start since the 04-05 season. It was the last time we got 4 from 4. We got Villa midweek and then United on the weekend. So
Do you think with Villa, they're not going to put up much of a fight?
I don't know. I thought that about Fulham, but Fulham. To be fair, I shouldn't have thought that about Fulham.
Well,
I
Fulham
think-
have been in
I don't
decent-
think we can.
decent
Anyone
form.
can now doubt
Well,
the vanilla of Fulham anymore.
No, no
way.
They're a bit chocolatey.
Probably a bit too
The
quick
sprinkles
to
on
judge.
top of that vanilla.
Sprinkles of the vanilla.
Wow.
They're actually good to
Vanilla
watch.
split. Yeah, they
Look
are. They're
forward to
great.
watching them now.
Well,
Mitrovic.
they absolutely smoked the championship last year.
Yeah.
So they are actually pretty
Their
good
manager
team.
can manage.
They
it.
finished so
And
far
they're-
ahead of anyone
Yeah, and
else.
they're not
Yeah.
playing typical Fulham football, which is nice to see come in the Premier League. Keep playing the style you're playing. Mitrovic is going to cause dramas. As your brother said, would be not a bad shout to chuck him in your fantasy because he's just going to
I've
cause...
had him since round one. I think he got 13, 6, -1, 7 or
Yeah,
something.
see, that's the only problem. He's going to have that.
Typical fucking Fulham, though, isn't it?
Gonna have that one red card in him or whatever, but he just whines. He's similar to Richarlison, just winds people up. Like
yeah.
he got, and that might have been to his detriment because he got the crowd going. Like the last 20 minutes of our game was great football, like amazing to watch if you're a neutral, and the crowd was once again like I know like we're known to be the library, but these last few games it's been rocking, and I'm all for it. So. Yeah,
I'll
excellent
keep that
as well.
up. It might somehow get to Anfield level soon,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
You can only hope, mate.
whatever you reckon, wankers.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so we'll go. Who was the first game of the week? It was Southampton 0, Manchester United 1.
Boring.
Well,
I watched a bit of that, and then when Bruno scored, I couldn't take it, so I switched over to
Oh, it's just
the
hoping
Sunderland
that-
game in the championship.
it was, it was a good goal by Fernandes.
It was a great finish.
Great, well-timed run too. I think that gets looked over a lot when you get those nice finishes coming in on the box. How well
Yeah.
you have to time that run to.
And you got to be in that position to get to that.
Yeah, exactly.
United will be really happy with that result. Like they grounded out, but like,
Yeah.
it's
It's
their
another
first
3
since-
points. You know,
Yeah.
they've
First
got 2
away
on the
win.
trot.
First
Something to
away
build on.
win since
Yeah.
like
Like 12 games or something like that.
February or
Premier
some
League.
shit
Yeah,
like that.
right. There you go.
The
That's
calendar
mental.
year. Was it the
Yeah.
calendar year? It was something like that.
Ridiculous.
Mind you, I don't think Man U played great either.
No.
So why couldn't we have got that, man?
Yeah, Southampton definitely had some chances from the game, and I think they'd probably disappointed not to get a draw. I think they had a few late chances too that they could have.
Yeah.
They
That's why I think United will be very happy.
Yeah,
with that
Man U
result.
fans, if they can only think, 14 days ago was just, could we get any worse? And now they've got 2 wins on the spin. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we're not talking about them anymore.
Yeah,
So they've
exactly.
Released the
Release the
valve.
pressure.
Yeah,
That's what we
exactly,
say, eh?
exactly.
That's what we say in the average Aussies. Just don't lose next.
You just got to
week.
release your valve.
Don't know when it turns sexual, but
Brentford Everton. Brentford Everton was 1-1. It was pretty end-to-end game, to be honest. Like, did anyone watch it?
I didn't watch that one, mate, to be honest.
I watched
I watched
highlights.
bits of it. Yeah.
Yep.
I watched the mini match of it. It was quite end-to-end. Everton cannot afford to lose Gordon, I don't think. Like, they're struggling for strikers as he is now.
He's such an annoying player, but yeah, he's like the best they got.
He's quite good. He's
Yeah.
quite good. And if they get DCL back, and if they can get Neil Morpay from...
Well, they've signed him, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
They
they got
did
him.
get him, that's right.
That's a massive signing
That's
for
a
them.
big signing
Like,
for
in
them.
terms of goals. Like,
He's a proven Premier League goal scorer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he's
But,
another one of those annoying players, so...
Yeah. I think going back from what you and I were talking about last week, the question for Everton is how long do they accept these sorts of results before it starts? Like what are they aiming for this year?
Well,
17th.
Well, that's the thing. Are they aiming to
as
like,
we
just get
said, like,
relegated? Or
that's their standard at the moment. They're not
Yeah.
really going much better.
So
Like,
they got no belief, man. It's just like they don't remember what it was like to win. Okay, they strung a couple of wins together towards the end of last season, but that was playing to avoid relegation.
Yeah.
You need to then go in and play towards some kind of consistency for the season, which
Yeah.
I don't think they know how to do.
and the other... Sorry, you go.
I was just going to say, if they keep on getting 1 point every week, they'll be doing the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think they're out of relegation fight at
Well,
all. I
no,
still
we're-
reckon
we're
they're-
four- we're
I still
four
reckon
games
they're
in.
there. Honestly,
Yeah.
they've got one of the worst teams
Yeah.
and a rookie coach. I honestly
Yeah.
think
Well, that's my point. I don't actually know what Frank Lampard's style is, and that's the
He
other
doesn't
thing.
know either.
Do Everton, a big club, have an identity as a play style?
No,
What's their
no.
play style?
I think that Frank Lampard is
Trash.
a throwback to those old managers where they're just like man managers and just like
Yeah.
their tactic is fire the boys up and play a 4-4-2 and like let's get this.
which is fine when you got the quality.
Yeah, but it's also the football's changed so
Football
much.
has changed.
Like
He's not
example,
playing
Kenny
with the Chelsea
Dalglish
team.
was that sort of manager for Liverpool in the 80s.
Yeah.
Came back in like 2014 or something, Jake, something like
Before that, it was,
Yeah.
2011, I think he
something
came
like that,
in.
and just
That's
like
what it was,
compared to
wasn't
what
it?
he did,
Yeah.
because just football had just changed so much, tactics, and it's just so much of
Yeah,
it now,
and
and
we broke
it
the
wasn't
bank
as
for Andy
much.
Carroll.
So that's just the thing that I think about with Everton. Like there could have been goals in that game, and like they're playing like okay football, and they're getting results. Like draws are a result. Like you get a point, take something from the game.
Yeah.
I just think they need to find a bit of an identity, and as you said, like try and get that winning mentality back. And they need a striker. They need DCL.
Yeah.
back.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's the thing. If when DCL comes back and with Morpie and like, you know, that can be game changing for them.
They really
and if they
couldn't
keep
have-
hold of Gordon, as we've said, they
Yeah.
need to keep hold of Gordon,
Yeah,
or they
exactly.
need to cash in on him now.
I think get some
And-
other players.
But
They can't.
inevitably,
They got to keep him.
inevitably, when they do that, they'll buy 2 hopeless 30 million pounders
Yeah,
exactly
that do
right.
nothing
Yeah,
for
typical.
12 months, and then they're sold for 10 million.
Yeah.
So they need to keep hold of him.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, well, we'll
Maintain Everton.
take a little break and we'll be back with the rest of the results for the week. All right, the next result this weekend, Brighton 1, Leeds 0. That's a good result for Brighton. They're probably the two teams going to be duking it out. I love that saying, duking it out. Leeds not doing too bad.
They've both been doing well.
Yeah.
So, like,
Brighton are in the top 4, I think.
Yeah, 10 points.
They'd be stoked with that.
Yeah, that's,
Certainly would be.
that's great for them.
But did they not do that last year as well? I vaguely remember them
They
being on.
finished really strongly
Brighton
last
did
year.
finish
They
strong.
went through the middle, just achieved nothing, and then they got a good couple of
Yeah,
results
if they
towards
can
the end.
if they
but-
can keep that up, they're doing well. So it'd be good to mix that like middle table up a bit.
well,
like,
they're one of those teams now. Like, they came up, they consolidated. Like, they'll want to be pushing for
That's it.
that top 10 and maybe sneak into the
once you break it,
conference.
what do you
league.
reckon? Like break that like 3-4 year period in the Premier League when you come up. How long do you reckon it takes to establish yourself in the Premier League? I think the first 2 seasons you're at high risk, and then
You're just looking at survival.
if you
then,
get
aren't
third, and then you get a period like you see Leicester and that now have had a period like they
Yeah.
won it, but like your Leicesters and stuff like that, Southamptons, now they're coming back down again. It's like it's almost like you
Yeah.
get to a certain point and then everyone takes your players and then you go back
Yeah,
down
yeah.
again.
Well, that's the issue.
That's the
isn't
problem
it?
with
You have to have
Southampton
really
there.
smart.
That's the kind of the unfortunate thing with
Yeah.
like the finances and stuff in football that they just come and buy your players. Next game, Chelsea 2, Leicester 1.
Rather eventful game, that one.
It was, wasn't it? Gallagher red card in the first, what was
two
it, 30
absolutely
minutes?
stupid yellows.
Yeah, I didn't actually see them, but
And that second one could have been a straight red, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just
Tuchel was
very-
not happy.
Nah.
you said his team.
No one was.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
his
you
own
said he,
teammates, before
break
the
him.
ref even pulled out the red, the teammates were just throwing their hands up.
Because he
going,
was
you
like-
could not have done that.
He was
to us."
covered. Like, there was no need to do it. And he's just like, just panicked. And
Similar-
Just lack of experience
similar to
there,
whoever
you know?
it was. Who was
Yeah.
it last
He
week?
tried to come out and make a
Koulibaly.
statement because
Koulibaly
he
for
copped
Yeah, yeah,
from
exactly.
fans
Yeah.
last week to not having a big
yeah,
performance.
okay.
So he
Yeah.
came out and tried to be like, here I am.
Yeah, okay.
And that just went the wrong way, like
Yeah,
Darwin
And then,
Núñez.
Yeah.
Sterling, the little T-Rex, finally breaks his Chelsea duck.
He tried that same goal last week and he missed. He got this one.
That was a peach.
That was a peach.
Came
And
up and down like
yeah,
fire.
see how he hit
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
trying to almost get to the
It-
ground and it just dipped
Well,
last minute.
deflection.
Yeah, it
He
was
doesn't
awesome.
deserve nothing for
Or
that.
was it actually a deflection?
No, it wasn't. It was just a
Bullshit.
peach. No.
No, it
Bullshit.
wasn't. No,
No,
he
it wasn't,
didn't.
man.
He
Lies.
didn't. No, he literally just punted it. It was so weird. Like the way he kicked the ball, he
Disagree.
like kicked into
Am I
it.
the deciding vote here?
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, it wasn't a deflection.
Yeah, thanks.
Lies.
Sorry, mate.
Reece James, what that man can cross a football. That
Oh.
the second one for Sterling. That was like a city goal for Sterling, just poking
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
back post.
yeah,
Yes.
very, very typical.
Yeah.
And Reece James just can put a cross in, can't he?
Well, Sterling's, Chelsea have been missing a goal scorer for a while now.
Yeah.
And Sterling, sure, he isn't like an out-and-out 9.
No, but he can take that spot, yeah.
He is a goal threat. Maybe a different type than the one that they thought they needed, but
I'm
Man,
pretty sure.
And Lukaku, is he?
And
less-
Havertz.
Probably more grateful to be there than Lukaku ever
This
was.
goes on.
yeah.
Well, that's like Chelsea, aren't they? They just churn through players. They don't care.
They just churn
chew 'em
through
up,
number
spit 'em out.
9s.
Yeah.
Torres.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was crazy to think, though, that stats-wise was just really uncharacteristic of Chelsea. Like, they were down 10% on Leicester in possession. I think they had 10 less shots. Like, it was just
They
really...
didn't play well, did they?
No.
No, that's, yeah.
But it's like Leicester didn't play well either.
Leicester are
But-
in trouble, man.
Yeah,
Leicester are
100%.
in
Where
trouble.
are they running on the table?
Last.
Oh, God.
Really?
Have
That's
they won? They haven't
terrible.
won a one game, have
No,
they?
they've drawn one.
Yeah.
4 in the hole to start the season is a tough claw back for them too. Because if Fofana goes to Chelsea,
Well, he is. I'm
Yeah.
pretty
if
sure.
that
He
transfer,
sat out that game.
yeah, that's right, he did. And if he goes, like I feel like they're in all sorts.
Vardy
They
might
got
be over the
United.
hill.
They got United up next.
Did Vardy even play that game? Was he even there?
He did. He was just, really didn't
Like,
do
it's
too He
just-
got the assist for Barnes, but
It was a good goal
Yeah.
by Barnes.
he didn't really do much.
Yeah,
it's like
so-
he's lost that little bit of pace too. Like,
Yeah,
He's trying
How
things,
old is
but-
he now? He's 33, 30.
yeah,
I think
he's
he'd be even a bit
Older
older
than that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mid-30s.
just had a bit of a rough life though,
I-
you know.
That's what happens when you
Still
drink
sort
like
of-
3 Red Bulls a day.
Still smoking fags.
But yeah, I just think they're in a world of hurt down there. That's a long claw back for them.
It is.
Man City 4, Crystal Palace 2. Another entertaining game, and another time Man City have gone down. 2 goals. They were
You know
down.
what? Like, I was thinking about this on the drive down. When we won the title, we'd go down and there was no, we'd go down 1-0, 2-0.
You're never
and we were just
concerned.
like, we'll still win this.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah. I
did.
remember that.
And that's what City are like now. And it's scary from the other side.
But you look at the other perspective though as well. They're conceding, which is good for everyone else.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If they concede up against a team that is, slightly better, no disrespect to Newcastle and Palace and all that, but if they concede to, one of those bigger teams,
That's in my notes.
That
man.
can sit
Can they
out.
hold on?
Yeah.
Are you reading my notes? Because I see there's none written down here.
It was off 2 corners.
He's cheating everyone.
Palace scored off 2 set pieces.
You're not even in frame. Yeah. Well, sorry, say that again, Beef.
The 2 goals they conceded were set pieces.
Were they?
and-
They were.
That's
2 corners.
that's worrying for City. Like,
So that could be an Achilles heel,
Yeah.
potentially an in for a couple of teams.
Yeah.
Probably a big thing though for a team like Palace. They probably concentrate a lot on set pieces because that's
Yeah.
where they'll get opportunities.
Well, that header by Anderson was mint.
yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
another.
really good.
Like Virgil in our game.
Yeah, that was a bullet header. That was 9-0, by the way, Pascal. Yeah, Haaland hat trick. You
Weapon.
can't stop the man. The way he just
That third, like his
Yeah.
third goal for
Oh.
me was exactly what he's about. Just you can't.
so powerful.
You could
man.
see it from a mile away.
He's
He
like a
scored for the
fucking
ball.
tree.
There's
Yeah.
14 defenders on him.
Yeah,
Nothing.
He's like, don't worry.
Why are you giving the analysis of this game? You fucking love City, mate.
No, I love.
You wax
I
lyrical
love
about it
beautiful-
every
I love the
week.
beautiful game. And
City realises Tottenham never going to win anything. So.
we'll see, mate.
You are wearing a bluer Tottenham
Yeah,
shirt
you're
today.
slowly going shades towards
There's
light
no
blue,
City
mate.
in this.
Soon it'll be sky blue.
But you can't just hate City every
Yes,
year.
you can.
They
Like,
can.
I fucking despise
They've
them.
won
I hate
4 of the
this.
last 5 Premier Leagues, right?
Yeah, that's another
It's
reason I hate
horrible.
them.
Like,
So
what?
they're the best team.
No,
So I'd waste every Saturday night of my life watching football. I got to enjoy the best team.
they're fucking up my multis, man.
Crystal Palace, they did well. They just, I think,
Just couldn't
coming
hang
up.
on.
Yeah, you can't hang with teams like that.
And that's come
So
back to what you said, Jake. Like if United, if City go down 2-0 to a
It's
team that
nothing
can
to
hang
them.
on,
Yeah.
it could be,
Yeah,
you know.
or a team that can.
Well, even look at Newcastle. Like they're a step
They
above
hung on,
Palace,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
like they
They got
drew
the
with
draw,
them. They
yeah.
took points off them. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, Palace just couldn't do the same.
They ran out of gas though, but like that second half was just a fucking onslaught.
yeah, it was.
Like-
They just kept coming, didn't they?
You almost want to go 2-0 up. Like if you're Palace, you want to go 2-0 up 60 minutes in.
Yes, you don't, that's exactly right. You don't
like
want
to go 2-0 up then they're thinking, fuck, we got an hour where we got to hang on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
and-
that's what you do. You
Yeah.
revert to hanging on.
Yeah, because
And-
1-0, you're sort of like, we should push more. 2-0, you're thinking that's
Right,
that's
we're good,
defendable.
yeah.
But then inevitably City, they score 1, they score 2, they score 3.
Yeah.
They
And they were
just
talking
keep
about
on
it at
with
half time as well. They're like, how much is that going to hurt conceding a goal like that with Bernardo's goal? And just, maybe that just demoralised them. They're like,
Well,
fuck,
that's
maybe
the other
it's
thing
not our
too.
game.
When they just start cruising and Haaland just bodies your centre back and
Yeah.
just puts it in the back of the net, you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, well, what the fuck's the point?
We
here?
tried. We
Yeah.
scored 2.
Yeah, we scored 2. We get a gold star. All right, game this morning: Aston Villa 0, West Ham 1.
The battle of the claret and blue, like we were talking
Yeah.
about. Battle of the battlers. That Steven Gerrard could be in trouble there.
Yeah,
It's going to
Truly.
be hard, eh? Him,
Because I think that
Rogers,
where are they coming?
not much above. They got to win.
15th. They got 1 win.
talking about Everton and Frank Lampard there, and what Everton expect, like what their board would expect, is Frank Lampard in trouble as manager.
Yeah.
I don't like. They probably do expect like let's just not get relegated.
But I think
Villa would have been expecting
a hell
top
of a-
half.
Especially what he did with Rangers as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
No doubt.
and like with this, like
Same
the board
with
have
West Ham.
backed him.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
How are West Ham? They're not doing too crash hard.
They were
either.
coming
They're
last.
16th.
They're gonna win as well.
Yeah.
15th, 16th. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Huge win for West Ham.
Yeah, it's good. They
Yeah,
needed that.
they needed that desperately.
time.
But yeah, as you said, it's going to be a tough ask now for Lampard, even West Ham. Like that's the thing. Like I know we keep saying it's only 4 games, but down the bottom, that's when only 4 games is like fuck. It's 4 games. Like for the bigger sides, it's alright because you can claw some points back. But when you're going to struggle to like pick up points against like the top half of the table,
And
that's
it could get a hell of a lot worse for Villa over the next, because
Well,
there's 2
they
games
got
this
us,
week,
yeah.
and they've got Arsenal and then City.
oh,
So by this time next week,
Yeah, but you
that
watch
could be
them, though.
even further in the hole.
Now we're predicting something. They'll probably fucking win.
maybe I should put them in the title. So the title of this video, so that they come out and just blitz City or something. like that.
I'll put them in my multi for you.
West Ham needed that as well because they've got the title favourites this weekend.
Who's City?
Oh no, they don't have Liverpool or City for a while, mate. They have Spurs this week. Oh, do they? Oh.
That was so dry.
I was waiting for that to just drop. Hey, I'm like, what are you talking about?
So dry.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I apologise for that.
The verse and the little blue bird.
Versing the chicken on the football.
Isn't it a volleyball? That one looks like a basketball.
Dodgeball, mate.
Fun,
does, doesn't
fun with friends.
Is that basketball sponsored by Spalding or what? Molten.
Our last result of the round was Wolverhampton 1, Newcastle 1. Disappointing from Newcastle.
Yeah.
I don't think they played really well, but Wolverhampton are actually not playing that bad of football.
Yeah.
I know we spoke a bit of shit about them to start off the season,
We're
but
playing at Molineux as well, like playing in
Playing
front of
at
their home
Molineux.
fans. And Newcastle not playing at St James Park.
And
I
as
think that's
yeah. Well, as I said to you earlier, like if they can keep Neves, Neto,
Yeah.
Jimenez, like all those players together, all that Portugal,
Yeah.
they'll
Portugal
hold
B
on
team, yeah.
because Neves' goal. What a I want to say that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, absolute
banger.
bomb,
He
wasn't it?
loves those.
Oh,
But not only that, I was saying to Jake before too, he hit. They missed an earlier chance, and one of the balls he
cross,
hit from
oh,
midfield, like
man.
he pinged this thing, and it's
Yeah.
just like, oh my god,
that's like KDB.
the guy can definitely play. Like
He's a baller.
Yeah.
He is a baller.
Once
yeah.
again, if they stay fit, like you think how long what's his face had out last season with the fractured skull.
Yeah, Jimenez, yeah.
Oh, Jimenez, yeah.
You know, if they keep those core players, yeah, they'll
That's what they
finish.
need to do.
Yeah.
Clubs like that, they need to. They don't have 22,
No.
30 players to rely on. They have a core of 13, 14,
Yeah.
and then a few others. And
If they stay fit, they'll stay.
had that-
They'll
Yeah.
stay in the top 10.
They had that goal disallowed. I don't know if any of you've
Yeah.
seen that. I think VAR did the right thing there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it was fair enough for Porsche.
It looked like a foul on the field. I don't know why they did.
I thought when it kept going, I thought, oh, maybe you
I think
know,
that comes back to maybe like we were speaking
trying to
about.
let the game play.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably trying to
Yeah.
let it flow a bit
like
more.
with the offsides and all
Yeah.
that. It's good.
Yeah.
They blew up.
Sucks for
They
the
blew up
fans,
Deluxe about that Wolverhampton. Even
Yeah.
the manager was a bit like, oh, what are you talking about? Like,
pretty fucking
that's
blatant.
plain foul. Like
Yeah.
you see his elbow in his back.
I guess
that's
like
it, it's all
when
over.
you're down on the they're not watching the replay.
It's,
like,
it's
Yeah.
like Jimmy playing for Colo though.
Oh, stuns up
Elbows in
thigh.
the back.
It's different in Australia, mate. It's a throwback to 1960s British football here.
And St. Maxibon.
Yeah.
Hit an absolute screamer.
We knew he
It's
was going
honeycomb.
to score, didn't we?
yeah, well, I think you and me, you said,
I thought he was going to score a brace.
yeah, you said too. He definitely hit that one sweet. But that's all the results for the round. What have we got? Who have we got on the leaderboard? We've got.
Oh,
Let's read this out.
another dry one.
In fourth, we have Brighton. Third, Tottenham. 2, City. 1, Mighty Gunners.
All right, that's enough of that, mate.
4 from 4. 4
What's
from 4.
what's the next?
All right, we'll do a bit of player of the round. You want that back, mate?
Yeah, I was just going to check how we're running for time, mate.
Yeah,
That's
just check how we running. We're running
good.
good.
We're running good,
time,
mate.
everyone.
All right,
We're doing
player-
all right this week.
player of
We
the
tracked-
round.
We tracked a bit.
Who's
last
your
week,
start?
didn't we?
all. Yeah, we did.
I'll kick us off.
Yeah, go
Awesome
for it.
round of Premier League football. How good was it? How good was it?
Premier
Nine
League
goals.
football.
9 goals.
Best player that I watched in the weekend was Roberto Firmino. Fucking hell, I can't say his name.
Oh, Rob.
Robert Firmino had a cracking week.
Oh,
He hasn't
Robert.
played here. I forgot his fucking name.
Oh, the
All right,
opposite of Lucy Zellish.
So
Bobby.
three assists and 2 goals. How could you not choose him?
Yeah,
It was a
well,
throwback to the Bobby of old.
Well, because
It
we
was.
support him, that's why we can't
it was
choose
a
him.
throwback to the Bobby of old.
to say.
Revert back to that old style for him. It was good.
So it goes without saying, everyone watched the highlights, so you know what's up.
You know what?
It was a long highlights package, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was 7 ads.
The
from
best,
Optus.
the best was the commentator at the end when he's like naming all the goal scorers. And he goes, "That's all 9 of them, I think."
And still no Mo.
No, Mo. Vigos, who do you got for player of the round, mate?
I'm going with Sterling.
Sterling, good
Yeah,
shout.
I just think like for Chelsea to go down to 10 men and then he got the 2 goals to get him the win. I think
Captain too? Is he their captain? No, he's not.
no, I think it's that fucking idiot.
Azpilicueta.
He is.
Oh, you got to
I hate that. Seriously, that bloke. All he does is fucking whinge.
Yeah,
I hate
I'm with
players
you.
I
like
wanted him
that.
to go to Barca.
I'm
They-
with you. Yeah, they couldn't.
When that type of player, when that player plays for you, Carragher was like that. You love him. When they don't play for you,
Yeah,
and you
oh,
watch
no
a game and
doubt.
all they do is whinge. Bernardo Silva's the
Oh.
same.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno
Yeah,
Fernandes.
there's plenty
Just
of them
shut
out
up
there.
and get on with it,
Yeah.
you melon.
Portuguese.
To be
Sorry
fair,
if you're
like
from Portugal.
to be fair, it's that South American flair because they're aggressive.
Yeah,
they're
it's that
they're a bit
Latino you'd
whiny.
say.
Yeah, they
Because you
love-
got Spain and like Azpilicueta's Spanish,
Yeah,
and
they
then
love
you've
to
got
have a
those
bit of a
Portuguese.
dive around and very dramatise everything.
Yeah, but yeah. So Sterling was mine. Who was yours, mate?
Mine was, I don't know how you can go past Haaland, really.
Yeah, fair
3 for
call.
City. He's now scored a hat-trick in the Bundesliga, the national team, the Premier League, the Polska Cup, or whatever it is. And I think he scored another one. And he's only, how old is he?
3.
yeah.
Absolute
Won't be
beast.
the last this year.
And
yeah.
yeah,
that's a scary thing.
He's scored 12
6
hat-tricks
goals
in his
already.
career already, I'm pretty sure. So God knows where the hell he's going to get to, how many goals he's going to score this season.
That was against Palace too. Like they're not a bad team, you know.
Yeah, they're not a
bad
complete
team.
pushover.
that
so
third goal.
They're no Bournemouth.
They're going up against Nottingham Forest this week, I'm pretty sure. So
Oh Jesus, watch out,
that could be a bit of a bloodbath. Django, who'd you get, mate?
mate. I got Odegaard. I just think he's getting more goals, like having more shots. I think getting that armband has really done wonders for him.
No doubt. Yeah,
I've been following him for a long time, like before he went to Madrid, you know. So
Yeah.
it's nice to him actually kind of
as a
fulfilling something. Eh?
old kid coming from playing professional football. In
Yeah,
Norway.
little wonder kid.
So are you a Norwegian football fan, Jake?
Yeah.
How did you get hold of the triples gallon or whatever it's called? I'd
No,
like
it's
to
like
know.
as soon as it starts, you know, like players getting linked with Madrid, I
Yeah.
follow that shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
It's
All
not
it's our players.
He made
No Madrid.
made his debut for Madrid at 16 years old.
Yeah.
So
And then like a lot of the highlights when he was playing for Sociedad or the team he went on loan to. But
you've been on a fair few loans, but he's
Yeah.
found his home at Arsenal
Yeah.
and he's taken that captain's armband. He's not very loud. He doesn't. Say
He
much.
reminds me of Gerrard. Like he leads by
He leads by
example in the
action.
field. He's
Yep.
not that sort of captain that
He
yells. and
averages like the last 4 games. I think his average is like 12.5 Ks a game or something like
Yeah.
that. He
Leading-
just
leading
runs
by
and
example.
but
it's not stupid running, you know.
he's closing down. He's getting everyone to press with him. You know, he was the one that got behind Gabriel after he made that mistake. Told him, you know, get your head up. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, good shout. Good
And
shout.
he's-
And he won man of the match on the weekend too.
yeah, bonus points in fantasy. On you.
Yes. So let's go for a bit of Figs fun football facts.
All right.
It's a hot segment. The people want it back. The people want to know about Figs
People
fun.
are screaming it from the
we,
roof.
we got the hee from Jenga last week. What can we get this week?
Well, we got a fun little one this week. So the Premier League, we've been graced by some absolutely amazing players in the Premier League, haven't we?
Oh,
We have.
Like, you know,
undoubtedly.
like
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry,
Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard,
Harry Kane's our best.
Harry Kane. You know, the list is endless.
Imagine if you could name like a legend of the game as you
Teddy
like.
Sheringham's pretty good. Gary Lineker.
Anyway, who's
Teddy Sheringham,
who's
Man United.
whose segment is this? Sorry.
Sorry.
You can thank him.
No, what is it?
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Matt, have you heard of Matt Letizia from Southampton?
Yes.
Have you heard of Ali Dia from Southampton?
I've heard of Ali D. Ali G.
Heard of Alibaba.
Well, Ali Dia, he played all of one game for Southampton because he was a fraud.
I do think I know this story.
Have you heard about this one?
You might have told me this story.
So
Actually.
this was back in the 90s. So this was back in, it doesn't happen too often in Premier League football these days, but it wasn't uncommon for a player to like go on trial at a club.
Yeah.
So that's basically what he did. So basically his agent rang up Graham Souness, who was then the manager of Southampton. Now, apparently his agent might have also been Ali Dia himself. And he said, I'm George Weah's cousin, who's a famous Senegalese footballer. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
Look him up. You won't regret it. And they were like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, come on trial. They gave him a 1-month contract.
Yeah.
Came on for one game. Apparently, he was absolutely hopeless. He actually got subbed on in the first half and then subbed off in the second half.
Oh, no.
Matt Letizia said, like, as soon as he came on, it was obvious that he just wasn't a pro.
I wasn't a footballer.
So it's
then,
a bit like Usain Bolt.
His contract got cancelled 14 days into the 1 month. And that
So he
was,
literally swindled a football club.
he
and
swindled Southampton.
letting him play a football game.
the Southampton swindle.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Southampton swindle by Ali Dia.
How do you spell Ali
That's a
Dia?
movie. That's a blockbuster.
If anyone wants to look it up, it's
Channel 7,
ALIDIA.
jump on that.
So, yeah.
Whoa.
Ali Boy.
Ali Boy.
And then apparently interviewed later, claimed, no, I was professional. I played 14 times for Senegal. Like, it's all lies. No, Ali. You're the liar. So, yeah, that's this week's
No, you can do it.
Fig's fun football fact of the week.
Yeah,
nice,
Fig,
nice.
Very fun.
Well, that's great. It's going to be hard to follow up, but maybe we'll do some fantasy. We'll do some fantasy scores just to calm the mood again.
I'll start off.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so my top scorer was Ali Deo with
With -5
10 minutes.
with a prison sentence.
No, I got 67 this week.
Good score. You're banging some good scores in, aren't you?
Yeah, but I
Fig?
actually went down the table.
So did I.
This week. I
Feeling-
found interesting.
There's so many big scores this week. Like, if you picked the right captain this week, you
Yeah,
went through
well,
the roof.
I had Salah, so
Yeah.
I mean, he gave me 6.
No,
But anyway,
just unreal. I couldn't believe it.
but yeah, so Trent was my highest scorer, was 17.
Yep. Okay.
And my disappointing ones were Nico Williams and Jesus. They only got me 1.
Yeah, Jesus. I captained Jesus. I'll go next because I captained Jesus, which was unfortunate.
So you got 3.
It was unfortunate for me. Yes, I got 3 from Jesus.
Jesus.
I got 65, which is not a bad score, but again, as I get what you did there. 65, but as you said, I went down as well. There was some tank scores out there, so I'm 237 all up. Haaland was my top scorer with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Also had Gross in there from
Pascal.
from Brighton. He's been not a bad buy. He scored me 11. My most disappointing wasn't my lowest score. It was Salah because I was disappointed.
'cause you expected
you
more.
expect goals, man.
Yeah.
I seen 9-0. I'm like, Salah, surely. And then I check and there's nothing there. I had Zinchenko got injured, so he was out for me. And then I had Nico Williams, who only got 1, which is not great. And I think my move for this week, this is a new little segment I'm adding to fantasy.
Oh, yeah,
my
okay.
move that I want to make is a big one. I think I'm going to go and swap Salah for KDB. Just until maybe the Champions League fires up, because that's when KDB gets his biggest rotations and stuff like that.
Pep just fucks you every week.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to try. I'm not 100% sold on it yet because I've got a bit of work to do because I already have 3 City players, so I've had to wait for 2 transfers because I don't want to take a hit if I don't have to.
Yes,
Yeah, of
very
course.
true.
So that's going to be my move this week if I can. I'll see how I go.
I like it.
All right, Jake, send it, mate. What'd you get?
Oh, well, I got 89.
These are
big boy.
why we've got
Got the green arrow. And for the first time in like 4 years, I'm ahead of John fucking Clark. Get that up, you Clarky.
shout out to John.
Captaining Haaland was very, very
Very
nice.
good.
Very
34. And then, the weird one was, what's his face? Walker with 1
Oh, yeah.
conceding. Like,
That
just
well,
don't-
all Man City's
it's been
like
trash.
Cancelo got 1. It was
Yeah.
it was like trash. I'm like, what's going on here?
So that was, very nice.
Oh well, good to see you got a green arrow, mate. I think we were going neck and neck for a while, and you just trounced me.
Well,
with
we
that.
were. Even this round, I'm like,
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, and you captain. All right, BFOS, what'd you get, mate? Let us know.
Bring it home,
Let the
mate.
people know.
All green here as well.
Oh, it's not hard when you're on the bottom of the table.
I was.
No, you're actually up there, aren't you?
78 total, which is very good.
Not bad.
My best was Trent and Haaland, 17 each. Disappointing was Lallana. I thought he'd be a decent signing, but he got 0. I don't even think he played.
Where is Lallana?
He's at Brighton. He's
Yeah.
too injury prone, but
He is.
I wouldn't rely on him.
I think he had a yellow triangle, so I'm going to have to ditch him this week.
Yeah, okay.
Wise move.
Yeah, right. Anyone?
And well done, Andrew, who's winning the average Aussies league.
Yeah,
As
Yeah,
of
well
today.
done, Andrew
You
Craig.
pest. Anyone got any moves they want to make this week? Then they have had a look at yet? Or
I've already made a move in preparation
you've
of this.
gone early. Oh, because you got the midweek game. Good
yeah.
shout. Good shout.
Which it's a split
Sick.
round, so it's not a double game week.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I transferred out Ben Rama from
Yeah, he's not
West
been
Ham,
shot.
and I brought in who did I bring in? Oh, I brought in Rodrigo, my mate Rodrigo.
Oh yeah,
nice.
yeah.
He's been scoring pretty good, and
been
they've
singing his
got
praises the last few
and they've got
weeks.
Everton midweek. So
Well,
Could be a hattie there,
This
mate.
comes back to my thing, right? So that now makes me concerned for my change because I've completely forgot that's a midweek game, and that's probably the one that KDB will get rested for.
who have they got in that game?
Forest.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
ain't playing.
can't make that. Yeah,
I don't know.
make that transfer.
Will Pep be resting this early?
You can never tell, though.
Yeah, who knows?
I guess when you have like 30 first team players,
exactly.
you can
Yeah.
do
Like,
it,
you
not be
can
too
just put
stressed.
who-
I play my
in
C team today.
Um,
Thank you for the money.
All right, we're going to go with our segment from last week. Got a bit of trivia. I'm actually got no idea who's presenting trivia this week.
Oh, I'm going to.
Oh, it's Jake.
Oh.
Okay. he wasn't sold on the idea at first, but he's got some questions
A
for
little
us.
bit of preparation.
Yeah, all right. So how's it go again? You're going to ask the question to me, and if I don't get it, goes to Fig, goes to Ethan.
That's correct. That's
And
correct.
What do you got for us, mate?
we won't jump in on you like you did to Ethan.
Yeah.
Well, if there's just awkward silence, someone jump in, please. 'cause no one wants to listen to white noise out there.
No, that's
You can
true.
edit it out later, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, mad skills. All right, I'm going
right.
to start off. It's a bit of a theme from last year for two of them, and then a top flight question for the third one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that might
That's up
stump
your
you.
alley, I think.
Yeah, one of my old favourites. But yeah, for the first one, who was the record transfer last season?
The record transfer last season, Jack Grealish, 100 million to City.
Correct.
Yes, I got one.
Very
I
good,
just
mate.
I just come to my head. I'm really bad at trivia, so I'm pretty stoked with that. Anyway,
All
next
right,
one.
So you're now exempt.
I don't have to do it next week.
All right. The two Golden Glove winners last season.
That'd have to be Alison Becker and Edison.
Very good, Jim.
Thank you, mate.
No bad questions now. You got the good one.
Bring it home.
Okay.
What do you got for me?
The quickest ever yellow card.
No way. Ronaldo.
Nah.
That is not even a good shout.
Well, you said
I just had to guess any player in the world.
No, you had to guess any player who's played in the Premier League.
He said
Top flight.
top flight.
But
Worldwide.
he has English top flight, and he
Okay.
has played
is
in
the
the
top
Premier
flight
League.
Premier League, or you mean like it was before Premier League?
He's played in the Premier League, but at the time it wasn't Premier League.
So it was before the Premier League. Okay, we took.
I've got a hint, but it's going to give it away.
Don't give us-
was I born?
Oh,
Yeah, just maybe.
Okay. Well, I got no idea then.
I reckon Vinnie Jones.
very good.
Oh,
Jim.
of course.
I was going to say he's a fan in lock stock.
As soon as you said my favourite, I was
Snatch.
I should have got it. Yeah.
That's why I was saying Ronaldo's not a good shout. Like,
Yeah.
think about a grub.
I
Because
thought he
he's not
meant,
my favourite
I
ever.
thought he
Vinny
meant
Jones
top
is a grub,
flight
he's
as
a
in
legend.
La Liga and
Oh,
Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Top, what was it called before the Premier League? Just the English
first
Football
division.
League?
Yeah.
Oh,
English First Division.
English First Division. There
Yeah,
you go.
3 seconds.
Vinnie Jones
Came
quickest
on
ever
yellow.
card.
Yeah, right.
Well, there you go. That's our trivia for this week, everyone. We might take another short break, and we'll come back to preview next the midweek games. That's what we're coming back to. All right. That's going to the start.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%.
All right. So we've got midweek games this week. We probably won't see you till after the weekend's game. So we'll just briefly go over the midweek games. Who we got first there, Fig?
We've got Crystal Palace versus Brentford.
Crystal Palace versus Brentford. I'm taking Crystal Palace all day of the week.
Yeah, 100%.
Although,
I mean,
see, that's a tough one because Brentford aren't that bad either.
I think that Brentford had that big win over United, but I feel like Palace have looked better.
Yeah.
Like example, if Palace had versus Everton on the weekend, I think that would have been a Palace win.
Oh, 100%.
Whereas Brentford won, Everton won, I wasn't shocked at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reckon you're on the shout there, Crystal Palace. Next one is Fulham Brighton.
I think it could be a good game, actually.
That should be a really
That should
good
be a
game.
corker of a game, I reckon. I'm not sure who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Fulham, I think. Yeah, I think Fulham.
Well,
for
Fulham
sure.
are at home.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And they seem to be extra good there. So.
And they're scoring like goals. Brighton
Yeah.
don't seem to be scoring a lot of goals. That's the big
but they're
thing
just
against
holding
them.
them.
Whereas Fulham are playing that football that can kind of score you them goals.
Yeah.
Then we've got Southampton, Chelsea. I think I'd be backing Chelsea in that one. I think
Yeah.
that win over the weekend down to 10 men would have done them wonders. Southampton coming off a loss. And like as much as United and Chelsea haven't been in red hot form, you're still going to look at the next game and see the words Chelsea there or see the words United and you say, oh, great.
Quality of team.
Hopefully
Yeah.
Chelsea can keep all their players on the field this
Yes.
week. Might give them a better chance. Jesus Christ.
Tuchel might.
Tuchel, have a
Next
word
someone.
for Christ's sake. Leeds, Everton.
Leeds too
Leeds.
Rodrigo.
I've got to pick Leeds there.
Yeah.
Leeds at home, Ellen Road, 45,000 fans screaming their head off.
Midweek
I
game.
think that'll be a
night
pretty easy
time.
one.
Yeah.
So Everton, they got to pick it up, get something out of that game. It'll be good for him, I reckon. This might be another draw. Might end up on 17 points or whatever.
Bournemouth Wolves.
Bournemouth Wolves. Bournemouth are just not there at the moment. They've got nothing.
Take nothing away from Liverpool spanking them.
You
but
can't
yeah.
go past
Yeah.
Wolves in that game because like Bournemouth are just going to be that Like, I know we said they need to just move past it, but how do you?
But like they can't even move past it. Like the week before they played us, and they're literally just not in the games. Like
Only
they're not.
concede 8.
They're not like trying to chase anyone down. It's just like they're giving free rein to teams to play.
Well, this
so.
is the sort of game that they could get a result in, and they're at home.
Yeah,
so
I just don't know. I feel like all these teams at the moment are a level above what Bournemouth can offer.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not wrong.
Scotty Parker, I don't know, he needs funds or he needs something, but he's
I reckon they've been the worst team.
He's
so
left it a
far.
bit late to be asking for funds, I think. Like,
Could have been
Yeah.
asking or
oh,
something.
you could have been
and
asking,
just-
but you
yeah.
go public early, get that out of the way, try and get
Yeah,
something.
rat it out to the media.
Arsenal, Villa, I think we're too strong for Villa. Like
One-way
Villa,
traffic.
Yeah, horrible form at the moment. At home again at the Emirates. So yeah, I can't see us losing that one surely. But you know what football's like.
Yeah.
Especially as us Arsenal fans, eh? But it's a different year. It's a new year. City Forest, absolute bloodbath incoming.
Yeah. That'll be a
Yeah.
bag.
Definitely.
Well,
They were better.
cheering on your
They were
team
better
there,
than
mate?
the first 3 weeks, but when they come up against City at home,
And they can't score goals, so it's a clean. I reckon get some defenders in there for City if you got them
Yeah.
in your fantasy, because I think that's a clean.
And City want to come
Haaland
back and show
back-to-back
Liverpool
hat-tricks.
Yeah,
that they're not the only team that can spank. I
Yeah.
think they'll come out and try to score 4 in the first half.
what's that one?
West
That is
Ham
West Ham.
Spurs.
West Ham
Yeah,
Spurs,
West Ham
they
Spurs.
used to be a bogey team, but we've smacked them a few times in a row.
It's
So
a
I
bit of
reckon
a
we'll
London
smack
derby.
them again. Yeah,
London Derby at
they're
the
average.
London Stadium or whatever they call it.
Yep.
Apparently the worst place to watch football in the UK. That
Oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah, apparently.
I have to get on the padded seat for that
Oh, I
one.
think Old Trafford.
But no, I'm confident.
Yeah,
I
you
reckon
got to win that one.
3-0.
Same as you guys with like us with Villa. That's like they're battling it out down there.
Yep.
And arguably the match of the round there,
Yeah.
Liverpool, Newcastle.
I'd agree.
Liverpool, Newcastle, midweek.
Yeah,
Like there's been
Brings it
some corkers
back.
in the 90s.
it has. It could be a cracking game if if Newcastle rock up with their
Rock
Man
up,
City
yep.
form.
And if
Yeah,
we play
certainly.
somewhat similar to...
Well, this is where I guess for you guys, you got to make sure that just wasn't a one-off and you just come out and do
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hey.
We got to push on from that result.
2.5
on the weekend
minutes,
and-
1-0. I'll take that.
Well, you just don't want to concede first, as you said the other week.
Yeah, that's right. It's,
Yeah.
it's stark contrast. Hey, we concede first, we don't get many points, and then we score first, we score
score
9.
like 9 goals,
So
yeah.
yeah, score first.
Leicester, Man U still not looking crash hot, but I think Leicester another team that just aren't offering much.
I reckon
to-
Vardy's got a goal in this one though.
Oh, prediction! I love a prediction, Daniel.
Yeah, he's in my fantasy team. He
Yeah,
fucking
right.
owes me. So
Yeah, that'll be.
I'm calling a draw there.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Leicester. Wouldn't say unlucky, but they could have scored some goals in
Yeah,
the
that's
previous
what I mean.
games. Manchester United didn't look solid at the back. All those people that reckon Martinez is the greatest signing this season might get a reality check. Who knows?
go Leicester.
And then the weekend.
Incoming hate mail.
Oh, mate, I copped it on TikTok, didn't I ever? The weekend games are some
Merseyside
some
derby
corkers,
too.
yeah, some corkers to start the week.
Remember when that used to be competitive? Bloody hell.
Well, didn't they? Didn't
not
they?
really.
Beat us.
They did last year, didn't they?
1-0 in one last year.
Yeah.
After we were beating them for
Is
like
that-
10 in a row.
Is
or
that the
something.
early game too? 9:30.
Yeah, that's 9:30,
of
so
course.
it's
year,
up.
year before.
I think we'll be out in the
Well,
town.
we lost
won't
6 in a
fellas?
row at Anfield.
Well, it depends if somewhere's showing it, because if it's not, I'll be
We
scooting
might
back
have-
up the
Bring
mountain.
you,
to
bring the
view
power
it.
banks, boys.
Might be out having a skinful with
Someone
each
bring
other.
the iPad.
Watching
Yeah.
the Merseyside derby. That'd be all right.
I'll be fucking
Should-
blind.
Look, derby games, like, you can't. It's like when United played Liverpool. That was a derby game, and look how that went. Like,
Yeah.
you just form goes out the window.
Yeah.
It really does. So
Yeah,
Well, speaking of derbies, West Ham go from Spurs to Chelsea.
they said they don't have
That's
to
another
travel far,
London.
just
No.
hanging out in London.
Yeah.
Get spanked.
Look, it all depending on the results from midweek, but
It's a bit hard
Yeah.
to pick, isn't it? But
yeah, I think most teams will be resting players for that midweek game because obviously it's not crash hot. Like there's a lot
pending
bigger games.
game, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm going to call an upset in that one. I think West Ham.
I'd love to see West Ham come out and do
Yeah,
it.
I think they will.
Chelsea.
Brentford Leeds, third game of the week.
Brentford Leeds. Look, that'll be a good game.
That'll be a good
That's
game.
another one. They're one of them mid-table teams that are above Villa and West Ham and stuff like that at the moment. They're a bit of a level above them. So I'm going to go Leeds for that game, to be honest. I think I'm going
Yeah, I
to go
think so.
Rodrigo coming out. Newcastle Crystal Palace.
Oh,
Another
that's
good
going to be a
match.
good one.
Newcastle, at
Newcastle,
home there.
St James's Park after
Yeah.
the City result, they'd be buzzing up
Yeah.
there. It'd be
Absolutely.
the tension will be palpable up in
Oh,
Joy
yeah.
Shore.
Yeah,
So yeah, you get hard to look past.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
I don't think it'll be
there,
by
but
much though.
I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't throw Crystal Palace in the bin, to be honest. They're
No, not
playing
completely.
good football, well organised, great manager.
Anderson's defended really well.
Anderson's got some techers on him for a defender, can play. So yeah, that'll be a great game. Cellar dwellers, Forest versus Bournemouth. Like,
Anything you can do, I can do worse.
yeah,
I'll be back in Forest. In
yeah.
that.
Look, as I said,
2-0 win.
If Bournemouth can't get anything from that game, they're going down.
Could there be some own goals?
Forest weren't bad this morning. They were.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah,
they
that's
played
Yeah.
well.
But
They did.
if Bournemouth can get a
But
draw out of
I
that
think
game,
Liverpool might be a little bit more clinical in front of goal than Forest.
yeah, for sure.
Just to
I
You'd
can
expect
see
it.
Forest staying
Better
up.
than
I can't see Bournemouth
At the
staying
moment,
up.
in the current form, I
No.
can't see Bournemouth staying up. And
Unless the board backs Scotty and he brings in 200 million.
I feel bad for Scotty
because
because he's not the worst maniger going around.
He's nice
No,
guy.
plus he's got such like a nice windswept
quiff.
hair and,
I love his little
and he's got his little sweater on.
cardigan.
yeah, I'd have a pint with him.
Yeah, why not?
He'd only have a half pint because he's got to drive
Yeah.
home.
Fucking soft, mate.
Spurs Fulham.
I'm feeling a bit of risk on this one. I'm more
Yeah,
confident
it's
going
2-2 draw.
to West Ham away than I am at home to Fulham.
Oh, no doubt. Fulham
Mitrovic header back post.
Fulham aren't a slouch of a team, as I've found out on the weekend. They know how to play, and they can go. They come to the Emirates and they played football. That's the one thing that you kind of got to be concerned about there. I think they're not afraid to play football.
Yeah.
And it's a midnight Saturday night game, so really keen to watch that one.
So,
that's
you haven't had a good watching game
No, I've
for a
had
while,
a
have you?
few Mondays in a row, but
Yeah.
at least we
they
haven't
don't
lost.
exist.
Wolves Southampton on the weekend.
Wolves too strong at home. Molyneux.
It's a tough one.
They're tough games. Those mid, like it's real hard to predict like that middle of the table at the moment.
Yeah. Well, the thing too
Only
is
4
that
games in.
If it was easy to
Southampton-
predict, I'd be rich.
Well, that's true.
Southampton coming into that, they could be coming off a loss to United and Chelsea
Yeah,
because they got
okay.
Chelsea midweek.
Yeah, okay.
So I'd be
If you're Wolves, you definitely want to. That's the game
I'd be
you want
back
to be
in
winning.
than that. Yeah.
Villa City. Oh, another bloodbath.
Yeah. Hard for
City-
Villa, hey, because they got Arsenal and then City. as we
Yeah,
were
Villa
saying,
have got
so-
a rough trot. So, as you said, Stevie G's in a world of hurt over
I guess the
there.
question, but will be: if Villa lose to Arsenal and City, is that enough for the board to sack him? Because realistically, are you really backing Villa to get results there?
No,
you're
like,
not,
look,
but
It
no,
might be the manner of the way they play in defeats.
Yeah, look.
But like, if he lose, I don't think he's going to lose his job from those two
no.
games.
And you never know. He could like get something to fire.
I
this
think
week
you'll
and-
get to match day 10. I think that's 10
got-
is where
yeah.
you can look back, 10 games
As I-
in a new season. You
Yeah,
can,
as I just said, even for us as just average Aussies, just trying to predict scores. Like,
Yeah.
fucking what are we doing? Like,
we ain't no experts.
so yeah, City there. I'm going to go like 4-0. The City can get their goal difference up
Yeah.
massively. in the
Haaland
next 2
3
games.
hat tricks in a row.
So Brighton, Leicester, Brighton all day.
Yep.
Leicester once again not offering up much, and then another big game on the Monday. I'm pretty sure it is 1:30. Man U,
Little tester for
Arsenal.
you, mate.
That's the first. But is it?
No test. No test there. Look,
That's
man,
the traditional
That's-
first big game of the season
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
you in
yes.
terms of the names of the clubs. Where
yes,
they're at,
yes.
maybe not.
Maybe
but
not. But as you always say, Jake, it's still the Man U, like the name of Man U.
It pains me to say that, but
They,
yeah, that's right.
And they seem to, no matter where they are, they get up for this game. I don't know if it's the history of Arsenal.
It's definitely
versus
it's
Manchester.
it's not a derby game in terms of distance,
Location,
but there is
no.
enough hatred there from those
Oh,
90s, 2000s where
the
you guys
early
were going neck
2000s.
and neck.
Yeah, yeah. We've got. Some would argue we have almost a more of a like recent rivalry, obviously, than you guys.
Than us and United.
Yeah.
I think
Yours is
Liverpool
more-
United is almost the peak rivalry in Premier League
think?
football. I
Probably
think so.
dropped off less with City, I feel.
It has with City, but like there is a hatred there that you,
Yeah.
that you
It's
don't.
like Everton don't even fucking care about them anymore.
Well, it's hard to hate someone when they're irrelevant.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very
I'd love
irrelevant.
Arsenal to go away from home to Old Trafford and bag 2 or 3 goals and see what we can do.
Be interesting if, as Nuno said, your first big team of the year,
Yeah.
and you'll probably win in midweek. So
But in a game like that, is a draw acceptable?
I think so.
definitely away to
Definitely.
Man U.
Yeah.
I mean, in the form we're in, for me, no, you'd want to
Yeah,
win that
good
game.
point.
In the form we're in compared to the form Man U're in, you want to capitalise on that because Man U will come good and they will be better. So I don't
Agreed.
think you want to go in there as Arsenal red hot form and then come away with a draw. I feel
But
like
in
that's
saying that, if they've beat Liverpool and then Southampton and then they get a result against Leicester midweek,
yeah. I guess they come into form.
and then you
yeah.
draw 2-2, would you be disappointed?
Look, no, if we can take a point, but I think in the form we're in, I want to
You
win
want
that
the win.
game.
Well,
I'm not.
that's- yeah.
Days gone, I would have been like, look, if we can go to Old Trafford and snag a point, I'm happy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a new Arsenal. It's a new era for us. I feel.
Yeah.
So I want to go there and I want to stamp a bit of authority and let people know that everyone's still writing us off. You know what I mean? So it'd be good to start.
Bookies have got you in the third now.
Yeah, beating some decent teams and letting people know what's up.
It'll all come crashing down, mate. And I'll be here. I'll be right here.
Can't wait for October.
All right, well, that's the end for us, fellas.
It
We've
is.
just previewed 2 rounds of football, gave some predictions,
Smashed it out.
some reviews. As always, you've made it this far. You like what we're doing. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel because that's the most important one for us. Leave us a comment if you want to bag on us or whatever you want to do.
Tell us if you want scores.
Yeah. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all down the bottom. And the code for the Fantasy League will be in the description below. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We appreciate it as always. Fellas, it's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure,
Always.
mate.
Thank you.
And we'll see you for the next one.